phenomenal 2024, didn't he? Gold medalist at the World Cup final with a flawless performance. 150s all the way through.
Yeah. So you got two phenomenal shooters out here on this stage.
Kyle Douglas back for the first time since 2022. He won bronze on that occasion.
He's going to be looking for gold this time.
Took out Braden Galantine in his first game.
Starting off with a 10 again, just like the females, starting a tad low. Jimmy also low. Jimmy's first drop point of the day.
And you mentioned earlier light. I mean, when you're indoor, that's a fact, because there's, you know, we've got banners, we've got backdrops, there's glare, there's reflection.
Yeah, everything. I mean, especially with compound, because they're looking through a tiny little peep into a scope housing, which has shadows, and they've got either a fiber optic or a dot. Like, there's just so many things that light can affect, just the glass, the fiber optic, which is relying on the light. So, and that changes the brightness and how you see it.
Douglas steps away from the line. Jimmy finishes with a 10.
So this could be all tied up.
Kyle Douglas went to a shoot-off in his first match today. Braden Galantine was the opponent, 148 apiece between those two. And Jimmy, 150, 149 against Colton Green, who was among the medals at the Collegiate 3D Nationals in Foley. And then Jimmy beating Sawyer Sullivan in the semi-finals. That went to a shoot-off, 150 apiece. Kyle Douglas with the win against Nick Kappers, 149, 148. And again, you just mentioned those names in the semi-finals. All four, the four top seeds got
1,
through.
2, 3, 4, so.
And they've all performed brilliantly over the last few hours. Kyle Douglas with the 30 to start, Jimmy with 29. So Jimmy on the far side will get us underway. As you look on your left.
29 to 30. Okay, so 1 point advantage for Kyle.
Little glance there back there by Jimmy Lutz. He's ready to go again. Kyle Douglas, though, keeps rattling in those 10s.
Both these archers looking really solid right now. Comfortable.
Okay.
That's just inside out on that bottom target there for Jimmy. You can see the crowd's definitely building for these two archers here. The final match, 10-10-10. So perfect so far for Kyle, 60 points. Jimmy dropped his first arrow, 59 points, cleaned it since then.
Just the 1 point then separating these two archers, should I say, after the first two ends. And we are here at the Horseshoe Las Vegas Event Center. It's part of the Horseshoe Las Vegas Hotel and Casino. Were you staying here? Are you staying in this?
I am staying here. I'm
over 2,000 rooms. Over 2,000 rooms. It's like a. If your room is the far end of this resort, you're going to get your steps in. This has been under different owners and a couple of different names, but this venue itself has a few famous movies here.
Really?
Rocky IV.
Okay.
And Honeymoon in Vegas.
Okay.
Nicholas Cage and Sarah Jessica Parker. Just some little insight into where we are. Of course, Vegas, there's lots and lots of hotel options, but here we are in the horseshoe. 1 point separating the two. Kyle Douglas is not flinching, and just that little lapse, minor lapse from Jimmy Lutz, and that is the difference, because he's rolling on as well.
Yeah. A little sigh there from Jimmy. Oh, that one could be a little low. He knows it, shaking his head a little bit. They called it a 9-10 liner, so they're going to take a look at it. This could be all squared away. Kyle needs a 10 here. And a 10 he gets.
Just another reminder as we are closing in on the outdoor season, the first of our 4 events in the USAC Qualifier Series, AAE Arizona Cup, April 4th to the 6th. And we have Eastern Foundation's Gator Cup, April 25th to the 27th. The Eastern Foundation SoCal Showdown, June the 20th to the 22nd. Those registration, or those events, registration open for all 3. It's also open for the Collegiate Target Nationals, Lansing, Michigan, May 15th to the 18th. Go to usarchery.org for details on how you can register. And we'd love to see you on the line at any of those events. Look, you compete in obviously international, the domestic tournaments as well, and collegiate. I've been to the last few collegiate. What is so special about that? There seems to be a little bit more tension, a little bit more rivalry,
a little bit more excitement, a little bit more cheering. It's the team atmosphere. I mean, everyone's there with a common goal. Everyone's there. Okay, A&M is going, okay, we want to win the overall championship. University of Cumberland, we want to win. Like Lindsay, all these schools want to win as a team. That is truly a team sport. Everyone's cheering for their teammates, and that's something that I'd really like to see just on the world and international stage, where it's Team USA. Team USA wants to win. So that would be something cool to see. Just bring that a little bit to the international side, as we do have. A&M's got 4 archers on the World Cup stage, 1 in each division: female compound, male compound, male recurve, and female recurve.
Well, an opportunity, as we said earlier, for archery fans to get behind Team USA. The World Cup Stage 1 is in Auburndale, Florida, April the 8th to the 13th.
We'll be flying straight from Arizona Cup, the first USAC qualifier of the year. Both these archers shooting clean, 10-10, 10-10, 20 apiece.
Level coming into this, 89 apiece.
There's a 30 from Kyle. And a perfect 30.
We're going to be all square then, all square going into the final end, with just 1 point dropped apiece between Jimmy Lutz and Kyle Douglas, as we look to wrap up the 2025 USA Archery Indoor Nationals final. And as you say, that crowd behind has grown somewhat.
Yeah, plenty of people here. It's practice day for the Vegas shoot. And it's kind of nice because you have this atmosphere where people are watching. Everyone's here. Everyone's cheering for these archers. It truly is like a high-level, high-stress event, especially with the prizes that you can win.
Well, Jimmy's stepping forward. He's the first to get into position.
Yeah, he'll be shooting second because it's going to revert to the original order. So Kyle Douglas will shoot first. These are our final 3 arrows of this match. If they're still tied, it'll go into a 1-arrow shoot-off closest to the center. Kyle to lead us off. Ooh, just a little bit low. They're calling it a 10. Ooh, a quicker shot, still catches the 10. Both these archers keeping it clean. Only 1 point dropped each. Ooh, that was a little bit of a larger one out to the left. Giving Jimmy the opportunity. Taking that 1 point lead going into the final arrow.
He's got to put some pressure on Jimmy Lutz with this one, as Kyle Douglas.
And there it is, the 10.
So if he keeps his form, he's going to be the new champion.
Oh, and that one's just out to the right. So we're going to have to go down there for some arrow calls by the judge.
Shake of the head there from Jimmy. Me knew. And leaning in, taking a close look.
Lots of arrow calls. Lots of just looking back at the arrow calls. Okay, they're saying it's clearly going to be a 9 there on Jimmy's side. They've got these targets reversed here. Jimmy's actually on the right and Kyle's on the left for this screen. How they fix now. So that top arrow for Kyle and the bottom arrow for Jimmy.
It's been a little back and forth.
Looks like they're marking, so everything's been called. These archers seem to think there's going to be a shoot-off. 148.
What are we turning?
And it's a shoot-off. 148 apiece.
Shoot-off. Okay, a big smile, and a big. And throwing his head back.
Smile.
Yep.
They're going to put new targets up here, fresh faces, no holes to aim at. Final match of the indoor finals comes down to a 1-arrow shoot-off between these two compound archers.
How'd you practice? You talk in other sports of those pressure moments, those playoff moments, those shoot-off moments. How do you practice for these moments?
So shoot-offs is actually, we have a game at A&M. We call it like Swedish dot practice, and it's literally just 1-arrow shoot-offs against each other. So I'll play this with Sawyer. I'll play with some of the other compounds on the team, the other recurves, and it's we all shoot our first arrow, and then we'll all shoot our second arrow, all shoot our third arrow, and we'll go down. We'll all compare our first arrows. Whoever's as closest gets 1 point. First to 7 points wins. But every arrow becomes a 1-arrow shoot-off, and you really have to focus. 1 arrow after each other.
That's not too bad.
There's a 10 there from Kyle Douglas.
A little bit of an opening. A little bit of an opening.
And a 9 from Jimmy. So that
looks like it's going to Kyle. Kyle Douglas will be the champion.
What a roller coaster at the end there. Kyle dropping a big one. Jimmy barely out and shoot off and ends up going to Kyle, who's leading most of the match.
And there is your champion on your right-hand side, Kyle Douglas. He will turn to the crowd shortly, confirming him. There we go, the 2025 USA Archery Indoor Nationals Final. Compound men champion Jimmy Lutz will take silver. Sawyer Sullivan with the bronze.